Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Mukakadash, and the Heavenly Father, true name is Yahweh, and His unbegotten Son, Bahashem, in the name of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew of Ashkadash Hubatan. And I say Barakathon to the elders and apostles, Akim, Akwaf, and I say Shalom. And this is a sit-down lesson of the wars and rumors of wars, news updates as of April 26, 2026 on this Sunday night. And this is from the Jerusalem Post, as we've been seeing ever since tensions been heating up between Hezbollah and Israel Defense Force. Ever since tensions been heating up, ever since then, ever since that couple of days ago, that 6 week extension, ever since that 6 week extension been extended between Israel and Lebanon. Maybe it's gonna. I think in the near future they're gonna have some other couple of round of talks as well too. But in the meantime, that you've been seeing tensions still been heating up between the borders of Israel and Lebanon. Hezbollah, which is a pro-Iranian group, going against the Israel Defense Force. And it says from the Jerusalem Post, it reads, Hezbollah and Israel escalations of attacks accusing each other of violating ceasefire. Tensions soar as Hezbollah and Israel both intensify attacks blaming each other for violating the ceasefire. This is nothing new. It's been going on quite a while. But the scripture says it was the Ecclesiasticus 1 verse 9, there's no new thing under the sun. It says the conflict continues to escalate despite attempts to diplomacy. It says, as of April 26, 2026, Hezbollah and Israel on Sunday both escalated their attacks on accusations over the other side violating the ceasefire. It says, leading into Sunday, the first dispute between the sides following an April 17th ceasefire was that Israel said that the ceasefire was only applied of the North Lania River, but not within southern Lebanon. The Israel Defense was already controlled southern Lebanon and wanted to continue to destroy Hezbollah's weapons and store in nearby village, as well as unaliving the group's fighters if they remain in that area and refuse to surrender. It says since the ceasefire, the IDF has unalived 40 Hezbollah fighters, but most all in southern Lebanon. In the borders scheme, Israel has also hoped to hold on to southern Lebanon for an extending period to help pressure Hezbollah into processing disarming, which that's not going to happen. It says, in contrast, Hezbollah wants the IDF to cease operations, which that's not going to happen. It says in southern Lebanon, on the way to a more speedy withdrawal from the areas back within Israel's borders. It says since April 17th, the IDF continues to unalive Hezbollah fighters in southern Lebanon, and occasionally even north of the Lania River, if I pronounced that right. It says if there was a claim that a rocket shell was about to fire on the IDF or the IDF civilians, it says Hezbollah likewise continues to occasionally attack the IDF soldiers on southern Lebanon. Senior Israeli officials have told their American counterparts that if Hezbollah continues attacking the IDF soldiers, Israel will be unable to maintain its current measures. Response, according to the two sources familiar with the discussions. Last week, President Donald Trump announced that the ceasefire will be extended for another 3 weeks following, I thought it was 6 weeks, it's 3 weeks. It says following a meeting between Israel and the ambassador to the United States, Yichef Letter, and Lebanese ambassador to the United States, and Nadia Hamadad Malwal. Trump also said that the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is expected to meet Lebanese President Joseph at the White House in the near future. On Sunday evening, Netanyahu conveyed a small group of ministers along with the senior security officials to discuss Iran and the situation in Lebanon. One option under consideration is escalating strikes against Hezbollah, including targeting areas beyond southern Lebanon. Earlier at the start of the government meeting, Netanyahu acknowledged that the U.S. administration is limiting the scope of Israel's response. We are acting vigorously according to the rules agreed upon the United States and incidentally Lebanon as well. This means freedom of action not only to respond to attacks. This is clear, but also throttle immediate threats and to emerging threats. I mean, if that's the case, Hezbollah should have the same benefits in the same way as well too, vice versa. I mean, if that's a fair deal. But if it's one-sided, that's kind of like an unfair deal. It says he added that Israel is not prepared. It says he added that Israel is not prepared to accept Hezbollah's action, that we will do what is necessary to restore security into the north. However, until the end of last week, Hezbollah has held off from firing any rockets at civilians in Israel's proper and will be able to maintain its current measures in response to the two sources familiar with the discussions. Last week, Trump announced that the ceasefire will be extended for another 3 weeks following a meeting between Israel ambassador to the United States and to the Lebanese ambassador to the United States and Nadia Hamdania Malraux. Trump also said that the prime minister is expected to meet with Lebanese president at the White House in the near future. On Sunday evening, Netanyahu conveyed a small groups along with the senior officials to discuss both Iran and the situation in Lebanon. One option under consideration in escalated strikes against Hezbollah, including targeting areas beyond southern Lebanon. He added that Israel is not prepared to accept Hezbollah's actions and that we will do necessary restore security. It says to the north. Right, so while you have Hezbollah and Israel accusing each other of the violations, even though despite the fact they might have future talks between Lebanon, the president of Lebanon and his affiliates, and Israel Defense Force and their affiliates, have some more talks in the near future. But in the meantime, you're going to have these self-defense strikes on both sides from Hezbollah, the borders of Israel of Hezbollah, and the borders of Lebanon, and the borders of Israel. So this cross-border self-defense tensions heating between Lebanon of Hezbollah and Israel of Israel Defense Force is only going to escalate continuously. As it says again, Hezbollah and Israel escalated attacks, accusing each other of violating ceasefire. It's the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, because these what you call modern day wars and rumors of wars, which is only going to continue to increase. Because you still got tension between Iran and the Defense Force as well too, because those are arch enemies. This is the book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 7. And when you should hear of wars and rumors of wars, right, that's what we're hearing on a daily basis. We're hearing wars and rumors of wars between Hezbollah and versus the Israel Defense Force. And ye should hear of wars and rumors of wars. Be not troubled, for such things must need be, but the end should not be yet. Right, so it's going to come to pass, but it's not going to end just yet. Mark 13 and verse 8. For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence. It says, there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrows. Right, so these wars and rumors of wars, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, is only going to continue to increase. Matthew 24 and verse 7, precept to that. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. This is the prophet Joel, chapter 3, verse 9. It says, proclaiming this among the Gentiles prepare war, right? So this is going to continue to be proclaimed among the Gentiles and armies nations over there in Western Asia, especially the ongoing self-defense tension between Hezbollah versus the Israel Defense Force. So a cross-border conflict is going to continue to increase. So best believe you're going to have the Hezbollah using rockets throughout northern, southern Israel, central Israel, over there in the Golan Heights. And then you're going to have the Israel Defense Force doing that, continue that ground operation, trying to further control some parts over there in southern Lebanon, despite the fact despite the fact they had extended the ceasefire for 3 weeks, but you're still gonna have self defense on border clashes between Hezbollah and the Israel Defense Force. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, which are the armies of other nations. It says, prepare war, wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Right, so let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, as they being continue to be guided over there in Western Asia. Joel chapter 3, verse 10, reach your plowshares and the swords and the plenteous and the spears, let the weak sound strong. Right. You're gonna have Hezbollah not gonna let up. They're not gonna disarm themselves. They're not gonna let Lebanon them arm themselves, having a deal with Israel. So that shows that let the weak sound strong, and that's what we're seeing from Hezbollah and the pro-Iranian groups rising up, still gonna be going against the Israel Defense Force. And this is the book of Revelations. Revelations 11, verse 14. The second will pass, behold, the third will come quicker. Right, so the second will pass, behold, the third will come quicker. So with that, hopefully this was edifying. Wars and rumors of wars news updates as of April the 26th, 2026 on this on this Sunday night. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, or Karkadash, and the Heavenly Father. True name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Bahashem. In the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew. Balashkodash, the Holy Tongue, and I say Barakatham to the elders and apostles, while Akim, Akwaf, to the next time I would say Shalom.